The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for.
It's like
Welcome, VDC community. Welcome, VDC community. We're so excited to bring you this grand finals matchup in Prospect for Season 6. I'm your host, Saints, here with the wonderful Andy Valorant, and we are going to be your casters for today. We've got an awesome game set up today for Prospect. This is what the whole season has come down to. Andy, let's talk about the two teams that are fighting for that number 1 champion spot.
Yes, a tale old as time. LG versus OS. Who would have known? I think, they've been fighting for this championship for quite a while. If you don't remember, in season 3, LG were your per prospect champions. In season 4, OS took it away from them and became the Oz prospect champions. Unfortunately, in season 5, neither team won it. High Tide, shout out to them, took it. But unfortunately, High Tide have been eliminated in the semifinals, so it is back to these two former champions who wanted to take the crown back for themselves.
Absolutely. We have two stacked rosters here in Prospect. I'm a little bit biased as an LG player myself. I'm excited to see the boys out here absolutely grinding this season. And we have a wonderful team from OS as well. As we're going to check up on some map bans. Andy, tell us about these two teams and what you're seeing from them.
Well, OS being the top seed, which means they get to... I think they've chosen to be the teams to pick map 1 and 3, and that means LG will be picking maps 2 and 4. So we see them banning Bind here. I think, they probably like, you know what, we don't like Bind. There's no mid, we can't really do what we want with it. And LG coming out with the Breeze ban. You want to talk about that? Maybe not Breeze fans?
I mean, Breeze is just one of those maps. Either you love it or you hate it. And, it's a Valorant community decision to have Breeze out of the map pool for ranked. But we won't be seeing that tonight.
Producer Nuke talking for a second. Yeah, no, the Breeze ban is good because we got blown out of it. We got blown out on Breeze, so full respect to them for banning it.
By LG? Dang. Well,
by OS.
Crazy to see. By OS?
Oh, so it's a target. This is a
targeted ban. This is insider information coming in from the one and only Nuclear Cats. Crazy things. We should have a good series here.
We definitely will. So this is a best of 5 tonight. Everyone, if you didn't already know that. So which means we may be in it for the long run if one team can't close it out super fast. But hey, more Valorant for us.
Yeah. The first couple of maps are going to be those crucial ones. Obviously, one team could end up running away with it all, and it could be a quick night. But we'll see what happens. Both of these teams all season have been absolutely kicking butt. Nothing but flowers to both teams and all their players.
But yeah, so since we have Mr. Saints over here, who is LG biased because he's on LG, like you got to be biased to your own org. Like let's be real here. I guess I had to take over the OS bias here, even though I'm an FA, sadly. But we'll get in. So let's see. Let's look at some notable talking points for some OS members. Koala is I believe one of the older members on the OS prospect team. When I mean older, I mean they played on this team before and for a while. Not old as in like physical age old. I want to make that clear.
Good save, Andy. It does say she was on the roster when they won their championship in season 4. So she's been around and she knows how to win. She has that winning experience.
And they're also destined to be a Clove 1 trick. I've played some unrated with Koala, and they are indeed a Clove 1 trick. So I'm expecting to see some Clove tech, pop up here and there. And they also enjoy the Smite knife. So all you Smite skin enjoyers, you have your representation right here.
Disgusting.
Okay. OS Andy J, he joined this VDC with not playing Flashes and Sentinel, and then he got drafted to OS to play Flashes or Sentinel. Well, you can blame Spence for that.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy players on both teams. Looks like Lotus will be our very first map. You've got that championship experience coming from the side of OS, but LG has a little bit of their own. D-Fitz is coming in as IGL duelist, and he also... This is his 3rd time in the finals, and he has 1 championship under his belt. He is trying to make it happen again. Both teams have a lot of experience here, that's for sure. And I'm excited to see what kind of strats get cooked up and who's going to run away with it.
Yeah, Uh, Honestly, I think we're in for a pretty even matchup in my opinion because these two teams are seeds 1 and 2, which means they finish first and second place after the round robin, if I'm correct. Which means we got some great gameplay in our hands coming up soon.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I am excited.
Here comes in the next map pick. Looks like Split is gonna be our second map. We'll be seeing Split. Split's one of those maps that has been in the pool, in and out. It's been around for like forever, right?
It has.
So
It's a classic. Come on, you know.
it is a classic, especially in these larger series, best of 3s and best of 5s. After that, we'll be going to Icebox. Definitely a controversial map. Either you love it or you hate it, kind of like Breeze.
Hey, I love it as a. Okay, this may be weird. I hate Breeze, even though I'm a Viper main, but I love Icebox, but because I'm a Viper main. Okay. But mainly because Icebox lets me play with shotguns still. Well, Breeze does not let me play with shotguns at all. But you know what? Thankfully, Breeze is taken out of the pool. Maybe, you know what? It's good to see Breeze being taken out of the pool next season, but we have to say goodbye to Split, unfortunately. But hey, when Season 7 rolls around for VDC, you'll see Abyss. Who knows?
That's true. That's true. And it looks like our final 2 maps are going to be Ascent and the Decider of Sunset. Ascent, another map that's just been around forever. And we'll see if we get there, you know? Maybe somebody, LG, runs away with a 3-0. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that we have an exciting match. A lot has gone into both of these teams getting to this position that they're in right now. So we're excited to see what's going to happen, who's going to come out on top. Andy, what's your prediction?
On who wins?
On who wins?
Well, okay, like you're gonna say LG, so that means I gotta say OS. Like, let's be real here. But
yeah, obviously it's LG in 3.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be OS in 3.
Delusional.
Okay, well that's.
Okay, our producer just called me delusional. Okay, and I would like to point out, folks, I am a solely FA. I have no obligation to any team, but I feel it's my duty to show some OS bias here, just because we have an LG bias right alongside me, my fellow caster.
Wow, how much is Spence paying you for that, huh?
One.
Or are you doing this for free? You doing this for free?
No, he's paying me 1 peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Things going here as we come back to the desk.
Oh,
we're gonna get back. We're gonna get going. We're gonna get situated with our teams and hopefully have a great map 1 here on Lotus.
But let's finish talking about some of the players then, I guess. Thornley, also us, is their flex player, is not made out of thorns, but he's the best MMR player for his value, is what he says. Miss All Sunday, and in big bold letters, he is him, is what he says. He's also the GM in CSC for Abyss Walkers and a huge Yay fan. So maybe we see him pull out some Chamber.
That would be crazy if their duelist just pulls out a little bit of Chamber.
Hey, that's what Yay did.
As an LG player, my teammate is #1 Jag, the best to do it on Chamber in VDC. Just gonna say it can work because we cook. Yeah. That's for sure. Speaking of expert, shout out FSG. He wants me to talk about how this OS prospect team took a map off of their expert team in a scrim. But I'm gonna say caveat. I've played the OS team. I know they're dogs. So, like, I mean, what does that even mean? What does that even prove?
Are you starting beef in a prospect game right now?
Absolutely.
And rounding out the final player for OS, then it's going to be Nebrock, who is the pick 1 of round 1. He's a nerd, and he's also a lineup player. So, who knows? We maybe see some Silver Shock Dart lineups, which I know you hate because you hate my lineups.
I hate lineups. But that's okay. We're just gonna quickly go through the LG roster because we're just about ready to get into this Lotus map, and we might even go into Agent Select while we're doing this. But the LG roster is absolutely cracked. Like I said, Defits out here, duelist IGL, and a returning champ. He has the experience and he knows how to lead his team from the front, which is great. We also got Nick coming in clutch as a controller. He's previously competed in Duck Squad and Rendezvous. So, I mean, he's been around. He knows how to play. From personal experience, playing in a scrim against him, I mean, he can shoot. He can shoot. I mean, I'm dog water, so he got me a few times. We're hopping into Agent Select. Let's see what teams are picking. We've already got some insta-locks coming out from the side of OS. There's some Deadlock hover and some Yoru hover. Okay.
Look,
I see you, LG.
All I'm saying here, if OS Cola does not lock in Clove, we've been lied to. We've been deceived, and I think we should make an admin ticket. Don't you agree?
I wouldn't go that far, but it definitely would be a surprise. I'll say that.
Looking at
very interesting.
Of LG, I expect Defense to be, picking either the Raze or the Jet here. But hey, maybe he has some tricks up his sleeve. Pulls out the Pocket Yoru. But it seems like OS is locking in with a pretty solid comp, double duelist, which means they're looking to take those sites fast on the retakes and site takes. But let's see what LG pick, because right now they're still hovering Yoru, and I have no clue.
They're all hovering the Yoru.
I have no clue if they're trying to gamble or not.
A pretty interesting team comp coming out from the Defenders. It's going to be tough with that double duelist, especially on such a big map like this. They do have the KJ, and they have some stall coming in from the Raze Nade, maybe from the Sova darts, but it'll definitely be a tough first half with that double duelist. They'll have to do a lot of retake.
Oh, and we
just take a lot of space.
We see EG's former Lotus comp. Sorry, this is EG 2023's Lotus comp that they won with. So it's going to consist of the Sky, Viper, Omen, Raze, and the KJ. So it's a double smokes they're going for, which means they're going for map control instead and playing it slow. Who knows?
Less aggression, a little bit more control.
This could be the answer. This could be the answer to OS's double duelist comp. They're playing if the Raze and the Viper can just stall out on defense or attack, it can really put a what's the term, a doorknob, like a screw into their plans, into OS's fast take plans.
Yeah, we shall see.
Also, if you didn't know, put those VDC points in those channel prediction, because you may be able to win some more than you had before.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is the big event.
It looks like we are seeing a default come out from LG on the attack. Looks like a 2-1-2 with OS sitting in a 2-1-2 as well. So we'll see how things pan out. But we'll see some fast action here with the Raze versus the Omen right away into A main.
All right, a pretty typical Raze nade just off the bat. We are going to see a smoke over towards that A stairs, I believe, is where that landed. Just kind of feeling it out for now, LG. Trying to just find someone. Maybe they'll make a mistake and push up, but things are pretty calm at the moment. Seeing a smoke coming out from the side of that Clove. Nothing really happening. A peek out, Koala's going to take out that turret there in B main. Get rid of some of that control, but Konakuma's right there waiting for somebody to push. A little bit of space being taken over in Rubble.
Careful.
As we see Nick makes it all the way to the orb, but the other players are just on the other side. There's 3 defenders here on that A site, and it looks like LG is making that read and is actually taking 4 over towards C Mound. Andy's going to have a lot to do to take care of this push. Smokes are coming in. Util's coming out. We see a flash, a nade. Nick going to pick up the first kill on Miss Sunday. Over on the A site, but B site is kind of taken. It's being planted really safe, but we've got some lineups coming in. Zoo blocking that with their body. Absolutely clutch. Keeping their teammate alive in the back after that plant. A flash going to come out from Zoo. A lot going on. Trying to poke and prod from both different angles. Thornley on the site, but Zoo ducks underneath. Zoo with 2.
Last player standing.
And it's all up to Andy, but not going to happen. Zoo with a big 3K.
Yeah, I mean, I think LG played that really well. They baited out rotates towards the A side with just a Viper and an Omen, you know? That fear, you know, when the smokes go up. It's like what can you do? You have no information of where the attackers could be, so it's like you gambled and it didn't work off. But looks like we're seeing a stack and a gamble stack here, and it looks like they're trying to pinch into their spawn from B and A main together. But LG again playing the 2-1-2, looking to just absorb some pressure and find out where everyone is playing.
Absolutely. Against this double duelist comp, especially when you're starting on defense with double duelists, you gotta make something happen, especially with these lesser guns. Nick is gonna have his hand has a ton come out. He's gonna only be able to get 1, and now that's a gun in the hands of OS. D-Fitz is gonna take away another player there, but they're walking in on the C site. And he's gonna go down. And now it's a 2v4 with Koala on 5 HP. They have a lot to do here for the side of OS. The bomb is down comfortably. Lots of control taken over towards Mound. I like this. They're staying together to try and not give guns. This is insane. Even an expert playing together coordinated like this.
One enemy remaining.
Gonna pick up the remnants of what was left of Koala with that 5 HP. And now Thornley. He does have a Spectre, but this is almost impossible. As you see, the squad of LG players running around. Nick is going to try to look for something. Thornley hears him. But is he going to just go down to the bomb? Or is he going to try to keep this Spectre into the next round? I believe it would be smarter to die to the bomb to get a rifle, no?
We're here.
Yeah, I think you should have died to the bomb because you would have get full money for full credits then. So if you didn't know, if you are a defender and you survive the bomb plant and you lose a round, you only get 1,000 credits instead of the usual minimum 1,900 instead, plus any other maybe a round loss bonus instead, loss streak bonus instead. But he chose to opt to save for the Spectre, which is an odd choice, but maybe, you know, they're cooking up something. But we see a 4 stack towards B main here. Koala is gonna have some things on her hands.
She does have the superior gun, but she's gonna jump peek into a crowd. Not gonna be able to get one. Does a lot of damage there, especially to that Sky. Now OS is kind of on the back foot. We'd love to see a fast B hit, especially with the lesser firepower. Having those close range weapons being such a squirmishy sight. Flash is going to go out. Zoo trying to take some space. The bomb not yet planted. All Sunday has crept up from behind. Going to kill the planter, and now it's all up to Zoo. 1v3, 1v2, going down to 6 HP. He's going to be able to take a rifle. Only a Bulldog at this moment. And it looks like the two members of OS are spreading out.
I will say this is, even though this is what LG is down to 1 member, it is still very successful for them, just because this was their bonus and they already got 3 rifles out of the hands of OS.
Yeah, getting a lot of rifles is very, very poignant, very powerful coming in the next round. Miss All Sunday caught just looking at Toes to jump up onto the box for 2, and the ult is gonna catch Nebrock out. His location is known, but the bomb still needs to go down. The dart's gonna be good, and Nebrock gonna lose some armor there, but gonna clutch up and take that first round for the side of OS on defense.
OS may have gotten this round win, but it was expensive for them. They lost 4 rifles and everyone, and the Sova's armor, Nebrock's armor, which is honestly quite devastating, which means a lot of them are being brought down to half shield rifles now, which isn't the best, but it's still something they have to gotta work with. Let's see how...
you see 3 rifles with 3 half armors, 2 SMGs with 2 full armors. That's as broken as a buy as it can get. We're gonna see a little bit of pressure. A little bit of pressure coming out. 2-2. Kind of putting the feelers out, but these OS defenders are getting a little aggressive. Wanderer gonna end up not looking, and Thornley's gonna catch him out after the TP. That aggression really being taken over towards Rubble. OS kind of feels comfortable keeping that for themselves. Nick's gonna stick around, see if they try to push any farther. Nick gonna get caught out by Nebrock. A little bit of caster curse going on there. Koala gonna get spot out in the corner as the smoke is gonna fade. Zoo and Konakuma just trying to put the feelers out, try to find where they're at. But reinforcements have arrived.
I would like to point out that OS are actually down their smoke players. It's gonna be very hard for them to take any site.
Yeah, LG is down their smoke players. Both smokes are down. Squall is gonna find
Refreshing.
another of those LG players out of position. Guerrilla tactics. They're pushing and pulling on throughout the entire map, getting a pick,
30 seconds
and then
left.
being disciplined enough to back off and give some of that space. Very, very controlling, and now a lot to do. A lot to do. Defense, Konakuma gonna try to take onto this B site, but you see defenders all collapsing. And Nebrock just gonna spray him down from that corner there, getting 3 on the round. A huge, huge round. OS tying us up at 2-on-2.
Yeah, I think OS are starting to find that feel. Also, I would like to apologize. It was LG who lost both smokes. Saints, thank you for correcting me, not OS. But yeah, I think OS they're starting to figure out like, hey, if we can play aggressive and we can be confident, we're gonna take the space, not you guys. I think that's how they can play around to this double smokes coming out from LG.
Absolutely, we're gonna see a smaller buy on the side of LG as they try to take this rubble space, which has been so contested early on by this OS roster. A lot of util is going to come out as they've taken rubble, but they still have a lot to go, especially with these pistols and SMGs versus these full rifles on the side of OS. A flash going to come through as the door's being opened into tree, and it looks like OS is going to opt to back up and play a little bit more reactionary. Playing back. Now LG looking to try to get out of tree. You see Nick alone. We're gonna have Nebrock spraying through the smoke. Gonna get the first. Gonna get the second. The bomb is going down though. Now it's looking in a 2v4. A lot to do for these defenders. Zoo last to do it. Not gonna be able to make up. OS takes a 3rd round.
Yeah, this was a great round from OS, knowing that LG on a weaker buy. They just wanted to play back and just let them push into us. We have the better weapons, so we don't want to give them any advantage that they can get.
To be useful.
Absolutely. The discipline to be able to back up and say, hey, we already did a little bit of damage through the smoke here or off that rip. Let's back up, play our numbers. We have the superior guns. Let's not give them those guns. And actually just really, really well done. Very disciplined coming out from the side of OS.
And I think,
as we see a full buys coming out from both sides.
I think if OS can get a couple more rounds here on the defense, especially on a map where it's been known for attackers to have the advantage, I think they can be very happy with this first half.
Turrets destroyed.
We're seeing another little default come out here. This time, Defit's alone on that C side. As we have 3 pushing towards rubble space, but the defenders are getting a little antsy there. Konakuma's going to take out Nebrock. Crucial in those last couple of round wins. Gonna catch on the Koala, but not gonna take that fight quite just yet. Koala gonna take a little bit of damage. Forced to back off. Space is being taken over on the A site, and look, there's only one defender. That Raze there. Thornley gonna try to hold them off.
Does not his ult.
That's true. This ult could go big. Zoo gonna just take a few shots as he's crossing over. And that ult's gonna come out, the showstopper. Not gonna be able to connect. Worst ult in the game. It needs a buff. Absolutely. Plant's gonna go down. It's a 5v3. Yes, it definitely needs a buff. That's what I'm saying. Every time I play Raze, I whiff. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me.
Placing swarm grenade.
A really, really
Swarm
tough
grenade
retake for the side of OS here. 5-man hold. 3 of them sitting grouped up in tree. Defense holding down that main angle. It looks like OS is looking to maybe just clear some space and save these guns going into the next round.
Probably looking to play exits. Go ahead.
Absolutely, Mr. Producer, you can step in during buy phase. And Koala's gonna find one on her way out. Konakuma's just gonna get caught out there. But still a fantastic round. Putting those spreaders out and taking that A space, tying us up at 3v3.
Yeah, well played by LG. Just slowly working up their way A main and just getting the picks
There.
along the way. Both teams' economies are still in a okay spot since OS did win 3 rounds in a row, so their economy is still quite good and they're able to full buy again this round with LG winning the previous round, just still being so full buy as well. We'll see what they want to do here, but it looks like we're doing LG is looking to stack towards A against Fornelli.
Absolutely. Nuclear Cats, you had something to add?
You're talking about that Razor, like, there's a criminal understanding in Razors. You use it, but you don't shoot it. Because it kills so quickly, you should hold it, instead of just try to get the kills.
Sometimes it can be very good to push people back, to stall.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you should try to stall with the Razor rather than try to get kills.
I mean,
There goes
I
my
always
spiel.
just want the kill. All good, thank you.
Fragger, okay.
Bomb buddy out.
Wise words from a former GM and now prod captain. I don't know the term. The man, the myth, the legend, Nuclear Cats.
I'm technical
we're in on this
production
round.
coordinator. That's what I am.
Technical, wow. Big name, love it. We're gonna see a fight coming on 4v4. Fornelli gonna take numbers onto their side against that push. Wow, that's
Last player
looking like
standing.
me over there. J-Dog can attest. I love me some run and gun. And now OS just coming away with some very squirmishy looking kills. That round was just a big old fight, poking in and out of sight on a LG's on the back foot now with their buy.
Yeah, they forced down to a save, but they still do have some decent weapons with a Bulldog and a Spectre being pulled out here and a few Sheriffs as well. So not the strongest buy, but not the weakest buy that they could do right now. But we do see Miss All Sunday with that off.
Yup, posted up. Nade's gonna give away, and he's gonna get the shot on defits. There goes their entry frag. Maybe even activating the IGL. He's gonna get caught by that blind as 3 members are still here trying to push up, but against the op, it does become kind of difficult. They're gonna have to find some way to get him off of those angles. Use those utils. B, it looks like there's gonna be a little bit of action coming in as Koala is gonna take Nick off on that lurk. As 3 members push up, Wanderer gonna get the trade. Wow. The
One
runaway
enemy remaining.
Nebrock with an amazing ult. So much util coming out from the side of OS, just drawing them in. But all of it off of the start with that pick coming in from Miss All Sunday with the op.
Yeah. That off really just put a little screw in the plan of LG taking C. They did try to pivot to B, but the response from Koala, even though her presence just being there just sort of stalled them because they were a little too scared to push into that Clove ult. But we see here another 2-1-2 coming out from LG. That's their favorite thing to do. They have the op now moving towards A.
Yup, posted up. Not going to be able to get much from that Viper wall, cutting her off on that angle. As we see, the feelers are going out for the side of LG, trying to find the weak side. They know that the op is on A, and it looks like they want to take the bomb over towards that C site. But Sova here, Nebrock, trying to just deter them a little bit. Shoot. Wanderer almost finishing an ult into their backside, but gets caught, or into their back spawn area, but gets caught out by the defenders there. We're going to see a lot of great util coming in from that Sky. Gonna get them in onto the site. But now they've got to plant the bomb and get past all of these defensive players that are already sitting there just outside of sight, ready to retake. Bomb gonna start to go down. Koala finds pick
Spike
onto
planted.
defits. As the defenders are pushing their way up, Wanderer gonna try to fight. But Nick's gonna pop the Viper's ult to try to keep them off. Nick catching Miss All Sunday in the ult. Gonna peek out. Nebrock is just on the other side of this. Just on the other side and is gonna catch the Viper. As the ult goes down, Zoo is all alone to get sprayed from 3 different angles. That's another round. 6 on the board for OS.
Gun here.
Yeah, that was I think a really good round from OS. Just like pushing into the site, flooding the site as they hear the plant go down, you know, trying to catch these defenders off guard, and it worked. I think peeking out of the Nick peeking out of the ult was, I think, trying to gamble to catch someone off guard, but OS was aware of it, and it looks like, yeah, it causes LG to take a timeout and really consider what they need to do to catch OS off guard, because right now it is a 6-3 lead for them.
Yeah, this is looking really good, especially coming in from that double duelist comp. As we see, 6 rounds is really good. I mean, they've been able to play really defensively in terms of playing with numbers, being able to be disciplined enough to back out, give space when needed, and to really just run away with this first half. D-Fits has got a lot to do to try and, you know, get their boys back in. Props to them. They've been trying to put the feelers out, do those defaults, and find the site that is a little bit weaker. Their executes just need to be a little bit quicker, and I would love to see a little bit more space taken, especially once they're on site. Try to combat those, you know, far back positions that the defense is giving.
Honestly, I think what they did in round 2, I believe, round 6, I believe, where they just played it really slow, took space towards A main, and then just collapsed it, was really well done. So if they can replicate something like that, I think they're in for a pretty successful round.
Absolutely. We're going to see a little bit of a default coming in once again from the side of LG. That rubble taken quickly by the side of OS. Thornley with the double satchel, and Sova there right behind to give that support when needed. The drone's going to catch out Mr. Wanderer over in A lobby. They're going to know, and they're going to actually push up on him. Nick here to try and support against some of that util. Nebrock just absolutely assaulting with his util. We see a little bit of pressure trying to be taken towards that B site. They're just waiting for someone to push on the side of OS. Trying to play reactionary here. That Viper Wall is going to give them a little bit of space, but did Nebrock see him through the smoke? Thornley going to swing, find one. Nebrock going to be able to sidestep the bullets coming from Wanderer there, as LG looks to speed things up over on the C site. Gonna get caught by a KJ setup here. D-Fit's gonna open up the site, taking off Andy.
30 seconds left.
And now
You should run.
a 3v3. KJ ult's gonna come out, keep those defenders away
Spike
while
planted.
they take that space on site. D-Fit's going down, Nebrock just spamming through. Gonna also take away the ult,
Placing swarm grenade.
as they know
Swarm
all
grenade
3
out.
defenders are coming from main.
Are they trying to wrap here? What is the plan?
I'm not quite sure. I don't even think they know, as they're just trying to see
Scout destroyed.
where the defenders are,
Hawkins.
as they gave up complete site control here. No tap yet on the bomb, as a tap
Last
goes
player
out.
standing.
Thornley gonna pick up 2 and take a 7th round for the side of OS. Really heads up play there from Nebrock, getting those 2 picks through the open door and taking so much space over
We are
on Rubble
strong
with
because
Thornley.
we are together. Don't forget that.
I will say this. I think if LG had planted for the mound instead, they would have had an easier time playing that post plant. But they were probably just scared that someone may have been peeking from CT or waterfall, which could have killed the planter. So totally fine. Let's see what they do. They're leaning towards a full 4A here with defense leaning towards C. So I wonder how this is going to pan out, especially against Thornley and Nebrock on the defense.
It has been oppressive over here on Rubble. The control being taken. Looking like me with those satchels, not going to quite get up on top of Rubble. But that dart is diabolical
down
from
A.
Nebrock. Going to be able to spam through, get Wanderer through the smoke. And not going to be able to pick up another one as Thornley goes down from the double take. An interesting ult coming in from D-Fits. Almost catching Koala out, but she's able to run away. Save a gun, save a life. Over there on the B site, and I mean, Bomb is still sitting in A lobby. And they've got an op posted up now. Miss all Sunday. Not quite sure where LG wants to take it here, as numbers are still even, 4v4.
I think they're probably just like poking prod again. They do have about 4 45 seconds left on the clock, so the time is ticking down, but maybe leading towards B with the weaker weapons, because you know, if we have to fight with our weaker weapons, we're gonna bring it up close and personal to you.
Absolutely. Koala might be caught out here. She's in her smokes menu, but she hears the footsteps. Is gonna get ready. Gunned down by
30
Zoo.
seconds left.
The site is taken. But here comes Miss All Sunday peeking with the
Spike
op.
planted.
I mean, they just don't really have the guns to fight that. LG heads up positioning, keeping themselves away from those long sight lines with their guns. Few guns are covered on the side here. But Defits almost gets caught out with the shorty, but not gonna be enough. Nebrock gonna try to take this. The turret's gonna catch them out. Andy catching the head of
Last
Konokuma.
player standing.
Andy gonna take out Defits as well there. The smoke, and they're sticking. Nebrock gonna be able to stick it through the smoke and pick up that final kill on Nick, getting an 8th round on the side of OS.
Last round in the half.
What a great round by OS on the retake, especially by Nebrock, slicing the pie, isolating the angles they have to fight first, and just, you know, taking the fights one by one, especially get in a numbers disadvantage for them. You know, taking those fights one by one, ensuring that, hey, I'm the better player, I'm gonna win these gunfights, and you can't do anything about it. It was a great way to retake the B side, especially against guns, weaker guns such as the Stinger and the Sheriff.
Yeah, now we're looking at a little bit of a full buy coming in from LG. Defits pulling out the op on attack. Gonna try to make something happen here as he's gonna peek into Thornley here. Walled down to 31 HP. Thornley's gonna just back up, give that space on A, and we see a flood coming in. Wanderer gonna peek up and find a pick lurking up onto B, catching Koala, but there's 2 others there. Miss All Sunday gonna open the door, get the pick through that door. And now the bomb is still so far away from the A site, and they have to take all of this space. The Seeker's gonna help them do that as they take the site, and bomb is gonna start to go down. Nebrock gonna try to deny with the Hunter's Fury. Not gonna be able to. Oh, he picks up 2. I spoke too soon. Gonna catch Defits and Konokuma with that ult. Absolutely detrimental.
One enemy
As Thornley's
remaining.
gonna find one with the Raze Rocket. Zoo trying to do all that he can, but they're coming in from every direction. Miss All Sunday gonna clean it up and catch a 9-3 half for OS.
Oh, that was really well played. I am sorry that I did not catch the
Switching sides.
ult. My internet had died for like 2 seconds when it happened, and it kicked me out into the loading screen again. So I do. Okay, good. Mr. Producer got the ults on for you guys, but I do apologize. But we are now swapping sides onto the attack for OS and the defense for LG. Maybe this is their half. You know, double smokes really strong on defense because you can just constantly smoke off the main choke of each site with the Viper and the Omen.
Nebrock is absolutely killing it. He's been holding it down, pushing up with Thornley on most rounds into that A rubble side, absolutely dominating there. His util, his lineups. He's just simple geometry. Hanzo man over here, throwing in darts, taking people down. He's really been detrimental for LG on a lot of their pushes, and we're gonna see a little bit of a C skirmish here as OS starts to just plow through with utility. But LG gonna deny them. We're gonna see a full rotate coming in. Actually, the bomb is sticking around still on Mound. Interesting to see where it's gonna end up now, as the defense is sort of spread back out.
It has drawn over so many retakes. There's no one on the A site. The only player close enough to A is Wanderer, but that's an A link towards Baby Door on B site. So if OS decide they want to go A here, it is a free and open site for them.
Yeah. Wanderer is going to kind of play that sentinel position. Nebrock getting caught out, Andy with the trade. Looks like another C fight. Konokuma not going to be able to make anything happen. And now a 4v3 as they flood onto the C site. OS is set up.
30 seconds left.
A little bit of damage being done. Miss All Sunday trying to take a fight to the side of LG. As the bomb's going to be planted. 3v4. Try to retake here. A lot to do. Zoo popping the bird. Nick with 2 big picks here.
One enemy remaining.
And the trades are coming in.
One
Nick
enemy
picking up
remaining.
his third, and now a 1v1. Andy low in a situation. Nick gonna pick up the 4 and clutch it out. Get a 4th round for the side of LG. Try to start this second half off with a bang. Absolutely, that's the way to do it.
Oh, what a great round from Nick. Turning it up, getting me like, nope, you know what, this is the, you wanted to call this the 9-3 because it's the 9-3 curse, baby. It's their time to try to get back and turn this game around.
Absolutely, they want to try and make it happen here.
Honestly, I think if LG, of course, they are expected to win this anti-eco from them from the next round. But if they are able to win the bonus as well, their economy is going to be in a great spot for going into the rest of the map.
That is your macroeconomics lesson with Andy Valorant. Thank you.
Thank you, Business Professor.
Business Professor Andy Valorant. Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of start that you want if you're gonna have the running through, in and out, totally, absolutely baffling Wanderer. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Spray shots are gonna go through, trying to just pick up some damage. Nick gonna hold it down here. Looks like they're coming in baby door. Thornley gonna pick up the gun, but Zoo, they're all weak as they come flooding in. That amazing flash is gonna catch out basically their entire team as they come out of these smokes. Zoo, Konakuma, Miss All Sunday trying to trade it back.
One enemy remaining.
Zoo with the 3rd on the round, and now it's all up to Miss Sunday with the Marshall. Gonna pick up the Spectre, pick up the pick onto D-Fits, but 8 HP in a 1v2 to try to make something out of nothing. The bomb is down over in B main, and Miss All Sunday trying to wrap. Gonna probably go all the way around to baby door. Try to make something happen. LG just holding steady.
30 seconds left.
They know that they have the spike, that All Sunday has to come to them. Zoo gonna be the first one, not quite looking. Miss All Sunday's gonna get him low, but Zoo's gonna pick up his 4th on the round. A wonderful round for LG, but a costly one at that.
Honestly, yeah. I think if they played it a bit better, maybe not playing super close against the pistols, they probably could have saved a few more weapons. But you know what? No worry. LG still have a few guns left in their hands, so this is definitely still a winnable round for them, especially as a double smokes. Because if that Viper can get that molly off and vulnerable a couple members, those Stingers and Spectres turn into some deadly weapons.
Absolutely, they can deal damage. It looks like OS is gonna try and put those feelers out on A and C, but LG just wants to run it down. They know that there's at least one in there. Zoo's gonna pick up that first pick, and the Boombot gonna take out Thornley as well. Now, a 3v5, as all 3 of the attackers are gonna run it down. Konakuma, the turret's gonna get the kill, softening them up. That turret just absolutely putting in work.
Timmy the turret.
Honestly, has more kills than me in the round.
Last player standing.
Nick gonna sneak up from behind, and now it's all up to Andy. Does have the rifle, but they're getting closed in on him every angle. Wanderer gonna get caught out. Bazoo gonna swing it. And I mean, just like you had said, if a bonus goes their way, they're in an excellent position now, LG, to start running away and streaking up on this round, these next couple of rounds.
Oh my, that was a thrill to watch. LG realizing, you know what, we're on a weaker buy, let's fight a rebel, you know? We want to take the fight to them, and we want to, you know, shove our Stingers and Spectres into their face. And it worked. They got 2 kills right off the bat. They picked off Koala. They picked up Thornley. And again, that just left OS in such a bad spot. 3 of them left, and it's a 3v5. Yes, you do have the better weapons, but you're pushing into the C site where the KJ plays, and that is so hard to play against, because that vulnerable Molly combo is like, it's a meat grinder.
Yeah, and not to mention Timmy the turret picking up that kill and softening up Miss All Sunday as well. I want to just point out that the smoke that came in a lobby isolated that fight to the one player, the Clove, that was stuck in there. The flash came in, and the smoke just deterred any help. Just absolutely heads up play by the side of LG. Those are my boys. We love them. little bit slower this round as the feelers are going out for the side of OS, trying to find if LG is going to try to take any fights. Miss All Sunday going to get tagged up by the turret. Smoke going down. Try to deter, but Koala is going to play up in there. Bomb, and most of the players walking right into defits. Sight line. The smoke comes out just a little late. As they're kind of trapped behind rubble. They haven't pushed up yet. The dart's going to come out, but the wall, so good. They don't know that Wanderer is here in this position, is going to catch Andy out. That's the bomb down.
Carrier is killed.
Now a 2v5. Miss All Sunday going to pick up
Player
one, but
standing.
Zoo with the counter strafe going to get the trade. Koala up to her in the 1v4. Going to catch Wanderer out, get the one. Now picking up a stinger, but not going to be able to do it as Nick rounds out the round. We're looking at a 9-7. LG's almost kind of back in here, no?
You know, the perception that this map is attacker-sided, gone, thrown out the window. Look at these defense-side wins. It is, I think, the double smoke is working really in the favor of LG here, just because they can dictate the pace of this map and they can choose how fast they want to play it, which is how I think a really big punch in the face to the double duelist combat from OS. But we do see OS calling a timeout here, and maybe they'll change something up, play it a lot more slow, play it a lot more fast. Who knows? What do you think is going to happen?
You know, they have money coming into this round, and with a double duelist comp, you kind of just want to take the fight to the defense and try to take as much space as you can. They're probably going to look to push towards something and try to take a lot more space once they take the site. We're seeing a lot of really good rotates coming out from the side of LG, really fast to be able to hold up those sight lines. Util, with these double smokes, it is tough. It is tough, but once you get past those smokes, if you have numbers going in and pushing past, it kind of negates that double controller defensive hold that you have.
Yeah, I think, if they can get past the Viper, the Omen, or they get a pick onto them,
Placing
I
swarm
think it makes their
grenade.
lives so much
Placing
easier because
swarm
they
grenade.
don't have to worry about either the Viper Molly, the
Placing
Omen
alarm
blind,
bot.
right? Takes a lot off the
Calling
plate
my
too.
bot. Placing alarm bot.
We're going to see a 2-3 split. This is kind of their default coming out. The dart's going to catch defense, but he doesn't care. He's holding that angle. Miss All Sunday, trying to get the counter off, the counter shot. As defense just backs up and holds the angle once again. And he's going to make it happen. Miss All Sunday catching up that op. Nick thought about it. He thought about picking that up. I've been there.
Well, I think
But
this is a
heads up discipline. OS leaning towards A after they get the pick on C.
This is just a perfect start for the round for OS. You know, getting that op out of the hands just takes off a lot of the pressure that they're so scared about, you know, when attacking sites.
And now look, it's all up to Wanderer to hold it down against 4 OS members coming in. Andy gonna pick up that kill, and now the site is wide open.
You should run.
LG has a lot to do. Miss All Sunday dashing in, but is gonna be heard as Nick is gonna be able to. He did pick up the op.
Spike planted.
Get that pick.
Turrets
Now a
destroyed.
3v4 retake. Gonna try to make something happen.
Placing swarm grenade.
The whole setup going down on the bomb. Seeker's gonna try to give a little bit of information for these retake. Nick gonna try to do some damage here as 3 players are actually up in tree.
Here.
They know Nebrock has been spotted over drop.
Look at that.
Zoo gonna pick up the kill. A 2v3. And the ult coming out. LG might be able to take this round away.
One enemy
So
remaining.
many smokes, and the ult is just gonna hold them off. A heads up retake. What was looking like an incredible round from OS just got blown apart by some excellent util, some coordinated swings.
Definitely, you know, that Viper pit and that Viper Molly just either forcing the OS players, sorry, to swing through it because you have no more KJ Mollies, you have no more Raise Nade, like, you have to swing into the diffuser. And, well, the other 2 players on in the Viper pit, I'm sorry, I forgot who they were. Short-term memory here, guys. They just held the push up very, very well. And we're gonna see another 1-2-2 coming up from OS on their attack.
Yeah, a little bit of a default coming in. Zoo and Wanderer just taking this space. The 3-man push up into rubble. And then Defits on the other side. There's nowhere for OS to go. They can run into B with the KJ set up, or they can run into rubble with the 3-man push, or the op holding down C. Really just a heads up spot with the double molly off the alarm bot. OS just has no place to go. The dog is going to actually spot all 3. Looks like teams are resetting a little bit. Miss All Sunday gonna be set up right here, but defense is low-key if he just shoots. You know, right through the wall there. Wanderer with the all gonna catch out the information, know that there's only one there. And Andy and Koala are gonna try to work their way up rubble. Defense still posted up with the op. Andy right about to swing. The door's gonna open. And the swing out from Defits is going to catch Koala, but that's the best case scenario for OS here. As he's going to pop his ult. Not going to be able to find anyone. It needs a buff. I'm telling you, it needs a buff. Miss All Sunday, going to catch another. Koala with the first. Dude, going to absolutely open up this round as now Koala's stuck in a 1v3. Going to dodge the flash, but it has a lot to do. As Zoo's just going to swing. Here's the footsteps and is going to take that 9th round, tying it up. The 9-3 curse might be real.
Poison's off.
Nebrock absolutely has been shut down this half. He's still sitting on those 21 kills that he had from the first half. He has not been able to get active into this round. He's picked up a few assists, but it's really just been Zoo, Nick, Defits with the op. Absolutely great retakes and coordination coming out from this util on the side of LG.
I think, yeah. Also, quick note, if you're looking on the minimap and you don't see any Viper Wall, any util like that, and you're wondering where it is currently a Valorant bug, and devs are working on a fix. I made a support ticket about it, but nothing we can do right now. So if you're wondering why these sidelines are kind of weird, that it's probably because the Viper Wall is cutting them off, but we don't see it on the minimap.
Shout out Andy for making tickets to let Valorant know that they're a little bit of an aggressive push coming in for the side of OS. Gonna be able to burst through, pick up that first kill. Konakuma's gonna take All Sunday, get those knives out of the hands of OS. Koala gonna try to even things out. The run and gun special, she's been known for it already this game. Gonna pick up another one. I loved it. I love to see it. Fitz gonna get the one with the op, and Nick with 2 more on site. Now Andy with the bomb down, evening things up now in a 1v1. Fitz gonna kind of bait out some of that util, but Andy still sitting here in tree. Fitz is gonna swing him and is gonna be able to pick it up. 10 rounds now, taking the lead for the first time since round 2.
Impressive wiring.
And is gonna think about picking up that op.
7 rounds in a row for LG. They have maybe it was the plan all along. You know, show a weak offense and then come out strong on the defense. The defense is our side on this map. You know, maybe with a facade.
I mean, if you look at it, they have the double controller, which is very strong for stalling, especially with that Viper. Lots of mollies. You've got the raise nade. Lots of stall coming out from this LG side. But on the other side, OS with the double duelist, they have a lot of things that can go right and give them a little bit of an advantage. So we'll see.
I will say though, if OS can repeat the same pace they played at the beginning of that round, I think it can work out because they did get the first pick on the LG last round.
Absolutely popping off, just a blind ult, gonna find Wanderer out. Zoo still alone, getting tagged up by the drone. Gonna try to stall with some of their util, but is gonna get taken down by Thornley. This seaside might have been taken a little bit too soon. Now we see the flood coming back. The bomb is still not on the site, and Miss All Sunday gonna just keep pushing the advantage again with these double duelists. You want to see that raise. You want to see that jet. Moving up, taking space, putting the fight on LG, putting them on the back foot. That's exactly what we're seeing out of Miss All Sunday. We love the
Last
aggression.
player standing.
Miss All Sunday gonna find Fitz with the op. Gonna deny them here. Konokuma is going to try to get something done through the wall onto Thornley. But man, nigh impossible here in a 4v1. Sitting at 43 HP and Miss All Sunday sitting here waiting on top of the box. I would never look at it. Konokuma's just better. Gonna flick onto him. Try to deny a few guns.
I think this is still that's damage towards OS, where whose economy isn't built up. It doesn't have that reserve money to buy, maybe possibly buy another full shield rifle into this next round. So, you know, Kuma playing it really smart. You know, playing those exit frats and making sure that, you know what, you may have won this round, but you're not gonna walk away with much.
Yeah, and to save the op of all weapons, that's been kind of their bread and butter to lock down a site. Now Wanderer, the side of LG, gonna take that time out, slow things down, try to get that momentum back. Stop it before it even starts. You love to see it. What kind of things do you think OS can try to do to take a little bit more advantage of their double duelist comp on this attack side?
I think honestly just playing it fast. Those previous 2 rounds, even though in the previous round, the last round that LG had just won, they had played it really fast. They got the pick into the tree really right away. So I think if they keep playing fast like that, they can get those picks and they can just overwhelm whoever is on site. So I think they just need to get rid of those defaults, rush the site defenders, and just take site really fast, because they did it again on C site. Yes, it was the Sova ult, and that does quite a lot of damage, but it's still the same thing. They got a pick right away. They got another pick onto the sky right after Wanderer died. It's just those fast picks and then taking the site right away gives them that site control and space they need to work with to stop LG from taking control of the map with their double smokes.
Absolutely. You gotta run it down. You gotta take that
Make them
space.
dance.
Burst holes open on their map control. Defit's gonna post up here on A, but there's not a person in sight. As we see
Placing swarm grenade.
all 5 members of OS leaning towards this C site.
Fire in the hole.
They have to work through a KJ, but Thornley's gonna come with the ult. Gonna get trading himself actually. The mollies are gonna deter them a little bit, but the site has been taken. It's a 4v4, and he's gonna be able to post up, plant the bomb for Mound. Nick gonna open the door, try to find somebody out, and he has control of Mound now. This is really big because the bomb is planted for Mound. They're gonna check this box here. They're aware that it is a possibility. They hear the stomping around. But Koala hears them as well. Nebrock's gonna take the first,
Father.
and Koala's gonna peek out to get the second. I love the push and pull coming in there from the 2 different angles there. Defit's not much he can do with the op. Gonna get 1. But it looks like Miss All Sunday wants to take the fight to him. Try to fight and get that op out of the hands. We're gonna see 11 on the board for OS, taking back the lead. And an unfortunate timing is Miss All Sunday is gonna take that op away from the side of the LG. Cleans up. 11 rounds.
So, you know, maybe OS may be listening in to my comments. You know, they played it fast, they took the site, and they just shut out LG in the defense on the retake. So maybe, you know, maybe they're listening in, but, you know, I promise you that was a joke. They are not listening in, they are listening to their own comms, because we have a 90
We've
second
got
delay.
a delay. Viewers at home, no worries. Competitive integrity is our utmost priority.
They should be hearing it right now, actually, if they were stream sniping, but they don't. They're not. I trust
Absolutely.
those.
The nade gonna come out. It looks like once again, OS wants to take sight towards C. As you see, the 2 controllers gonna try to take a little bit of space over towards B. Don't want to give too much though. And this is a lot of work for Kunakuma to do over on the C site. A lot to try to do. Nick at a very forward position here, sitting in on B, but all 5 attackers are sitting on C mound, just waiting for someone to peek, just waiting for someone to make a mistake. But LG playing this very disciplined. We see 2 players reaching out. That dart's gonna catch. Dodge the dart because of the pillar. Doesn't matter. The double swing's gonna take out Nick. That was a crazy dodge interaction with that dart there. As it looks like they're trying to take space towards B. but Wanderer is still posted up there, and actually they're leaning towards A. Defense is going to back up.
30
They still have
seconds
a lot of
left.
Space to try to take. These smokes are just deterring them. Thornley is going to try to double satchel in.
Recalling my
Defense is going to catch one, but not before being taken out by Thornley.
Spike planted.
And it looks like we've got bomb planted on the A site. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with my co-caster Andy, but that's okay. I've got it.
Right here.
Konakuma gonna take out the first. Miss All Sunday being found in the back site, and the defender KJ ult is gonna try to push these players off. The counter ult is gonna try to stop them. Picks being traded as the bomb is still ticking away. There's not enough time. These defenders are gonna get caught. And there's no time. KJ ult for KJ ult. Detain for
One
detain.
enemy remaining.
Zoo's gonna pick up one, but the bomb will go off, putting 12 rounds on the board for OS, bringing us to match point. Now a 12
Match
versus
point.
10. 12
Hello?
to 10.
My internet
Welcome
died
back,
again.
Andy.
Oh, great. Fun fact to you kids out there: when you get your own place and your own internet, make sure you choose a reliable internet provider, because mine ain't so reliable right now.
It is what it is. We work with what we've got. We saw an excellent round there, Andy, from OS. Absolutely being able to take space on both sides of the map, trying to put the feelers out and eventually taking it in onto A, and being able to counter the util that was being thrown by LG, bringing us to match point. And I mean, not even a full buy coming out for LG, the defenders at this time. They're trying to make something happen here, taking this space early over towards A rubble, but 3 of the attackers are sitting, waiting for someone to push out. They know they have the superior firepower. They know that LG's going to want to get antsy here to try and take something, but the Seekers are going to kind of give them a little bit of an advantage. No, they're leaning towards the C site at the moment. But based off of that, they're going to kind of back out. Wanderer's in such a forward position. Koala might be able to catch him out as he sees the smoke going down, backing out, and is going to take the first contact here. Just barely missing each other. He's been spotted. Gonna try to TP to safety. Defit's there to also help, but the bomb is still over towards C mound. 2 players on the defense.
30
Sitting
seconds
here,
left.
gonna take the fight to them. Nick with the first, gonna Kuma with the second.
Spike
Thornley try to
down,
trade
C.
him out. Spam's gonna come through on the side of OS, spraying down, but Nick with the great timing to swing and to try to get one. Thornley's gonna satchel his way into safety, onto site, and try to plant the bomb. Only 12 seconds left in the round. The flash is gonna go through. This 2v3, 2v2. Thornley with 3 on the round, trying to even things out. Both players on OS have their ultimate abilities. Koala gonna want to try to take this first contact with her ult, as she'll
Last
come
player
back.
standing.
Zoo taking him out,
Last player standing.
but gonna ult her way back
Last
in onto
player
site and
standing.
pick up one onto Wanderer, but Zoo's gonna be able to take him out. Is there gonna be enough time for this defuse? It looks like there will be. A heads up play from the members of LG to keep enough bodies over on C to stall. Able to catch so many out. Nick with that position over by the box on mound. Peeking in and out, catching pick after pick. Heads up play by LG.
Yeah, I think if Thornley had popped his ult there, it could have just caused some chaos for LG, because that panic, that Razor is just so deadly if you can hit it, of course. But choosing to save it, so maybe they have another plan here. Maybe choosing only to commit one of the Cobalt instead of the Raze ult.
Yeah, money doesn't look too bad on the side of OS either here, as they almost have a full buy again. We're going to see a little bit of pressure over towards A mound as 3 of these LG players are going to push over and try to take that rubble space. Mound is going to be taken. Saul Sunday's going to find the first on a Nick, and they're just going to speed it up. Popping that showstopper onto the C site, bursting it wide open. Tono Kuma is going to sit here on site. Miss all Sunday. I love this. The aggressive positioning, trying to take the space away from them. Bomb's going to start to go down. It looks like they're planning for now.
Spike planted.
Looking to play back as Konokuma gets caught as the smoke comes down. We're looking at a 3v5 retake. This is going to be hard. Wanderer going to try to peek up, but there are 3 members of OS sitting there waiting. They know that he's
Player
there.
standing.
Nebrock gonna get 2, and now it's all up to Zoo with everything to do. Nebrock is low, but the bomb is planted. 4 members still remaining. Time ticks. Zoo gonna try to make a miracle happen. Gets the first, but there's no time really for anything to happen. It looks like OS is gonna run away with it. Miss all Sunday, finishing us off.
Attackers win.
Oh,
Absolutely
that-
electric map 1.
That was an electric map because, ooh, I thought, the comeback was there. LG had proved that, this is a defense-sided map to everyone, And, I think just that, still that round deficit, though, from the first half was too much for LG to come back from. But still, great map from both teams, bringing it to 13-11, one of the closest games we've had in a while.
Absolutely. Heads up plays coming out from both initiators, Nebrock and Zoo. Sitting up top, 25 and 26 kills, respectively. Insane performances. Still putting up respectable amounts of assists as well. I will say, being able to just push through that defense there on those later rounds on the attack, Miss All Sunday had so much value. Being able to go through, push through the util, and be a thorn in the side for the retakes of LG.
Honestly, yeah, and look here, Zoo and Nebrock, top performers for both OS and LG here. So I think maybe we can expect them to be battling for that top spot in map 2 and 3 coming up soon. But this is only map 1, folks, and we got a lot more in store for you. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with map number 2. See you soon.
Welcome back, VDC. We had an absolutely electric map 1 on Lotus for this grand finals. OS taking the first map. Andy, what do you think of that on the first map?
Okay. That was a game of a lifetime. LG giving us that, I would say, false hope comeback. Bringing it to bring it to 10-10, but then OS were like, nope. You know what? We're not giving this map, but we're not giving our map pick up. And they just turned it on for the last few rounds. But that was a great map to watch and quite funny because I think what my favorite moment was that on LG's anti-eco on the second half, we just saw Thornley just run through the doors of a tree willy-nilly and then back out.
I could hear the Benny Hill music playing in the background as he ran through fully blind in and out of the doors and just Wanderer being lost. It was hilarious. It was a great moment. Absolutely.
But hey, we got split up next. Anything you're looking forward to? Comp wise, are we gonna see a Paper X comp of 3 duelists and 2 smokes?
Well, I mean, OS already showed that they're very comfortable running the double duelist, especially on a bigger map. So now we'll see what they try to do on the smaller map of Split. It's typically a more normal map to have double duelist on, one of those more viable strats. As we run into the agent select here,
it's also
no Yoru hovers.
It's shotgun friendly as well. Keep that in mind.
I hope
Shotgun
if they're gonna tease us on the Yoru pick, they better at least pick the agent. I don't want them to tease us and then not pick it.
Yeah,
Producer
If
getting
they
mad
tease
here.
us.
Oh, they heard you? Okay. But our
Little magic of production.
producer getting very mad that they're teasing him with this Yoru, and I feel his pain.
OS is going to lock in actually their full comp. It looks like this time, again, they're going to go with the double duelist, Miss All Sunday and Thornley, being that double-edged sword, being able to push and pull on both sides of the map and take space when they have control. We'll see. They're starting off on defense again. If they can have a strong showing like they did on Lotus, being able to take 9 rounds. What are the attackers, LG, going to be able to do to combat that?
I will say though, OS do not have any flashes, which is something else they didn't have last map as well. But they still have flashes again, so maybe that could be a little bit of a downfall here, because there are a lot more tight corners that you need to clear with either some util, and usually flashes are the best course of action for that.
Absolutely. We'll see what they are going to try to pull off, but we do see the Gecko pick. I'm a big fan of this. I love Gecko. Defit's also going to lock in, and it looks like we've got a double initiator comp coming in with Wanderer and Zoo with the Gecko KO. Interesting that they didn't go with the double controller like their last map. What do you think they're going to be trying to do on Split with the double initiator?
I think since they're attacking first, they have the Gecko KO. It's just blind the crap out of the defending team. You got a KO flash followed by the Gecko flash followed by another KO flash. Like, what are you gonna do? Oh, and the Omen blind. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Definitely a more offensive comp. They're probably thinking to try to take a few more rounds on offense. 3 is not ideal. Hopefully trying to take some more advantage, because we know their defensive holds were pretty strong on that last map. Split plays pretty differently from Lotus though, so anything can happen. This is anyone's game. Still, last map went to 13-11.
Yeah, so we'll see, but I honestly think the Clove is an interesting pick here, in my opinion, just because they don't have the that global range, the almost semi-global range that compared to Omen, right? So Koala, I think, has to be playing somewhere near mid constantly just to be able to smoke either the A site or the B site, but we'll see how they play it out.
Yeah, with Split being on either of the 2 heavens, A heaven, B heaven, you kind of have that range as well.
I mean, yeah, Koala is leaning towards mid here, like I predicted. So she's probably going to be looking to either play somewhere near mid to make sure the sites can be smoked from wherever she's playing. And we see the Cypher being set up on B, while the Fade and the Duelists head towards A. Never mind, Fade hitting mid, but we see in mid, actually, this is going to be a mid battle because OS is putting 3 players towards mid. And what is Wanderer doing?
Wanderer is looking to throw an interesting flash for mid. I don't know if I've seen this one before, but the Dizzy's gonna go up, not gonna catch anybody out. I believe that's to stop anybody who's pushing out of mid here. A great push as 3 players are already all the way up there, facing with Koala. She's gonna get one, but not before going down to Zoo with the trade. Now we've got 3 players up in a heaven, but they're still trying to figure out where they want to try to take this. You've got the Cypher setup still sitting on site. He's going to catch one in the trip, and he's going to go down. And Miss All Sunday is going to try to take a little bit of a skirmish
Spike
up
planted.
in heaven. Evening numbers out. Dash is
3v3.
going to fade. The 3v3 with a few members being pretty low here. Zoo's going to get caught with the flash coming in.
Last
You love to
player
see
standing.
it. Dizzy is amazing. Nebrock 1v3. A lot to do here. The KO knife is gonna catch him out. They know his positioning, and the trade. Nebrock getting only one. The first round on the board for LG.
Okay, I would like to point this out for the viewers at home who don't know this about my co-star and friend Saints, is that he is a Gecko one trick in the Valorant draft circuit. So,
I reject these allegations. I can play any agent, but my team loves Gecko. And by that I mean I love Gecko. And also my team loves Gecko. We're seeing a little bit of a tech pause here. You hate to see it, but sometimes stuff does happen. We're going to have to just pause and wait as these technical issues get cleaned up. It was an excellent take. Yes. No, I want to say clear the air here. I do love Gecko. And I would love to play other agents as well. My team just doesn't need it. We're just the best with me playing Gecko.
So you're still Gecko on check, is what you're saying.
Hey,
No, he's
hey,
the
I can
best
play.
player at any agent that starts with the letter G.
Oh, true.
As we're seeing Wanderer disconnect here, I believe that's going to be our issue. But no worries, we're going to get things cleared up. Listen, man, I love Gecko. I'm not going to deny that. But I am a flexible player, and I can play any agent. But we're number one with me playing Gecko.
Hey, you know what? If it works, it works. I'll give you that. But I thought I'd let the viewers at home know that there will probably be even more bias now towards LG because he's playing. Wanderer is playing Gecko.
Well, yeah, Gecko is just such a cool agent. Who doesn't love Little Man? Who
Hey,
doesn't love
I
Wingman?
will point out that Gecko is dressed in the LG colors of green.
Hey,
So
hey, if we win at all, maybe I'll shave my head and dye it green. Pull a Boostio. Hey, maybe.
I'm holding
Who
you.
knows?
I'm holding you to that. I'm gonna.
I
hold you
said
to
maybe. You know.
that. We should maybe make a poll, community poll. Should Saints shave-
Okay, well if you word it like that, everyone's gonna say yes.
We don't know how your hair is right now, so we don't know if it's too bad an opportunity cost. Oh god, I sound
That's
like
a good point.
economist right now.
It's a good point. You don't know. You'll never know. As we're still waiting here, it looks like Wanderer's back. We're just gonna wait for things to get back in position on both sides. All right, we're gonna get things underway. An amazing first round, an aggressive push through mid that actually worked out really, really well to avoid the Cypher setup on B. And now, looks like we're gonna push over towards mid once again. That Gecko flash, really interesting. Not gonna find anybody this time.
But hey, at least we gotta see where it can actually like go. You know.
It's interesting. I think I might have to steal that if we play some split later. Nick gonna take the opening pick off on Koala, but 3 members of OS are sitting here ready to fight. Nebrock gonna get caught out. The flash is coming through, giving away positions. Dizzy putting in work as it's a 2v4 with guns and numbers on the side of LG. Thornley gonna try to make something happen here.
Spike
The
planted.
2 duelists are the last alive. Sitting up top. Both low. As LG looks to kind of push and keep them contained. They're actually wrapping all the way around. This could be detrimental.
Last player
Konokuma did
standing.
hear the drop, but Thornley gonna get caught out. Wanderer gonna pick up 3 on the round. An absolutely phenomenal start for the side of LG. But this is how the last map happened, and those were the last 2 rounds that they won on Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are recognizing the weaknesses of OS's comp as this mid. Like, yes, they do have the clove and the fade there, but they can only do so much, especially
Right there.
when they only have pistols. But that was LG's anti-eco. This is OS's
there.
first full buy, so we want to see how they can play it. Will OS fall to the bonus, or will LG convert their bonus into a snowball of some sort?
We'll see. An aggressive A push is coming out, as we've got double duelists sitting on the defensive side. Miss All Sunday's gonna find a pick on a Nick, and it looks like LG wants to push into spawn here, waiting to catch these rotates out, and they're gonna take a fight here. Nebrock gonna be able to take out Zoo. Nakuma's here, gonna see the push.
Cage triggered.
Spike down A.
But not gonna be able to
One
find
enemy remaining.
Thornley with the judge, and now it's all up to Fitz as he's surrounded by OS members. Gonna be able to find one with the head tap, the 1D, but not gonna find any more than that. Miss All Sunday with 3 on the round, securing the first win for OS.
Yeah, that was a great. I think that was a lot, really well played by OS, recognizing, hey, we don't want to give any guns. We're gonna play together. We're gonna retake the site together. And it worked out. They only lost 1 gun, Thornley, but Thornley, being the race, can play with a shotgun and just, be a pain in the butt for LG. But deciding not to go with the half shield phantom. And playing towards mid now, moving the fade towards A and moving the Cypher moving the fade towards B and Cypher towards A.
Looks like they're gonna do the same mid push, but they're waiting to get a little bit more info before they push it. Bomb is actually gonna make its way towards the A site, while pairs of players on LG push towards B lobby and mid. The Gecko Dizzy's just gonna try to gather some information, and Defitz is gonna pick that first blood over in mid, taking a little bit more space as Wanderer meets up with them. These 3 members are gonna try to push. Koala holds her ground. Wanderer with the trade, and Defitz as well. Now
Nebrock may be in trouble.
Nebrock
Last
has
player
everything to
standing.
do to try to hold it down, and now Andy alone in a 1v4 Cypher retake. Might look just to save this gun, get a few picks here. Defit's incredibly low right now. Same with Nick.
Spike planted.
So, could do some damage to the econ of the opponents here, but it looks like everyone's just gonna kind of hold a little bit. Nick getting explorative. Trying to find where Andy's try to take that gun away, but Andy ready for it. He's gonna get the first pick and decide to back up, take another defensive position here. Over on the A site. Cypher playing with his toys. I do respect, I believe Andy switched knives because the last map he was playing KJ, and now he's using the Cypher wand while he plays Cypher. I respect that heavy.
There's a
And I vibe
Cypher
with it.
one.
Yeah, it's from that collection of skins with the cool gold and black and white emblems. There's Fade, Reyna, Cypher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I know what you're
The
talking about.
Roman
now,
numeral ones.
Yes.
I respect it. I don't believe that was his knife last time. I'm a big aesthetics guy when it comes to skins.
Yes, your aesthetic. Lighter axes were removed before flight tag.
Hey, I've moved on. I now really love the monkey gun.
With the 100.
Yeah, with Wukong. Yeah.
This goes here.
It's fire.
This
I mean,
is
it
Looks
is.
like we're gonna see a B push here. A little bit of pressure coming out from the defenders. OS. They're gonna try to push them back with that deep smoke into mid and try to control this. But look at this. The B side is basically wide open, and they're just gonna run it down. That KO ult's gonna stop any util from being out. Cypher though is really far back. trying to avoid the ult for his trips to stay up. Bomb is going to be
Party's
planted.
over.
Miss All Sunday
My
is going to
ult's
catch Defits out. Catch him asleep down in mid. And I mean, it's a 5v4 retake, but still heavy advantage of guns on the side of LG. The dog's going to catch Wanderer, but this cross could be everything. Zoo picks up 2 with Nick catching another. Absolutely halting any bit of a retake through B main.
Satchel out.
Last player
Thornley is going to try to hop out, but unfortunate timing for the smoke to fall, and Andy once again left alone to try to save some guns. Nick again getting explorative, and Andy just has his number. Not going to be able to save that gun.
Deja vu all over
Very
again.
similar. Very similar.
I will point out that Split has been noted as a defense-centered map, and look what's happening. The offense is taking the first couple rounds. Is this a prospect special? You swap, you know, if a map is defender-sided, it's now attacker-sided for them. If it's if it's attacker-sided, it's now defender-sided for them. Because like we're seeing a little bit of pattern here. My friend.
Today must be opposite day.
Time for Nuke's intervention. One of our match days against OS on Split was 12 rounds continuously or something like that. Basically, we went to OT because both defense-sided teams had almost undefeated defense sides. So
Wow.
Bit of a
So
difference.
LG's finding a lot of success here.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
Crazy. We're gonna see Thrash coming out. Gonna clear into A heaven, try to take this space, but Thornley creeping back up is gonna get the first pick off into Zoo and is gonna drop back to throw the nade, clearing them off. Absolutely heads up play. Dodged the ult just to be able to pop up and get that opening pick. Defense is gonna find Koala, and that smokes down on the side of OS, but Nebrok catching Konakuma out. Now a 4v3. Miss All Sunday's in a fantastic spot. Just gets shown the back end.
One enemy
of Wanderer
remaining.
and is going to pick up Nick as well. Now all up to the IGL himself, Defits. As it looks like they really want to fight for this. Miss All Sunday dashing up, finishing him off. Getting a second round win for the side of OS on this defense half.
Oh yeah, I think they played it really well. They recognized like, hey, they're taking this race really fast. Let's just give it up, and then we'll reclaim it. We'll retake it together, and that's exactly what they did. You know, Thornley getting that pick onto the KO really stopped the push from LG, and then it was a domino effect from there. LG couldn't get another pick onto any other members, and actually, sorry, they did. The defense got picked onto close into mid, but it wasn't really doing much for the rest of the team that was stuck in A heaven.
Absolutely, we're gonna see that dizzy flash, not catching anybody as there was no pressure towards that top of mid, and Defits gonna push up with Zoo. The ult gonna get brought back, slingshotted from that tripwire. Not gonna find one. Pressure being taken in mid and in B main, as Thornley's gonna try to creep up, try to put a stop to this pressure. Gets the pick on the Zoo. Damage being dealt. Now a 5v4 as LG tries to take space somewhere. That mid presence kind of pushed back at the moment. And it looks like OS is thinking about stacking B, which is a great call, because that's where they're at. Wanderer trying to clear something out. Gonna get the pick, but Thornley, the ult's gonna pick up 2 more.
Wait, could be his ace. This could be his ace here.
On for the ace. But it looks like they're gonna walk right into Nebrok. The
enemy
TP
remaining.
in. Unfortunately, Nebrok sitting in the back of sight's gonna catch him out. Now all up to Konakuma, who's gonna
30
get
seconds
caught out by
left.
Thornley, but the shots don't connect. Patience. The name of the game here, this battle here. And the instant trade. Kunakuma's only gonna be able to get 1. Traded out, and that's 3 rounds on the board now for OS.
Oh my, I think, yeah, maybe OS is like, wait a minute, what are we doing? We're the best team at defense on this map. So, I think they probably, they didn't timeout, but they probably rethought of their game plan of how they want to play the defense, and it's working. They won the last 2 rounds, and I think it's finally put LG onto a save here. So, we'll see how LG want to play this. They're looking to stack towards mid, so maybe realizing they have the weaker weapons, they want to just run it down mid like every comp game I play in.
Absolutely. And stack they will. As they slowly creep up, using just a little bit of util, but Thornley gonna throw that nade, try to deter them. There's also that trip that was set at the beginning of the round. It looks like Nick's gonna walk right into it. The Koala not quite ready for it. The Boombot's gonna get plenty of damage up there in B heaven. The KO knife gonna suppress all these players, but Thornley's gonna be there. Thorn on their side, only gonna be able to pick up one, and now that's a rifle. Nebrock gonna try to even things out. He has them stuck. They're tethered.
One
You
enemy
can see
remaining.
the toes. Nebrock miss all Sunday, just clearing them down. Defense alone once again, trying to make something happen. Gonna jump up and gets the dink, but not quite the kill as Koala finishes off.
Oh my
Viewers don't
god.
get a reset button, so stay alive, please.
A wild round. I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, you can see what's being crucial for these last few rounds. Miss all Sunday and Thornley taking fights to the side of LG, pushing up and taking lots of fights, using their aggressive util to try to make force fights that LG are not ready for. They have all this util from the double initiator and the omen, but they're not being able to execute because of the pace at which OS is playing them to.
I think, yeah. I mean, hey, Miss All Sunday embracing his inner Yay because he did put he's a huge Yay fan, so maybe Yay spirit is with him right now.
Absolutely. Shooting like old school Yay and not new school Yay.
What, you don't believe in bleed Yay?
No, bleed Yay is fraudulent. But that's not neither here nor there. Once again, working up mid, Nick aware of the trip. The Fade ult is gonna catch a few out, but Fitz is gonna catch all Sunday. Wanderer to Nebrock in mid. Thornley
down mid.
getting two to try to even it back out. Throwing the nade. He knows at least one of them is still there because of that ult.
Wait, look where defense is.
Fitz, defense is all the way up. And now Andy might catch him out here if he's not ready for it. He's aware. Andy might check this corner. They're standing right next to each other. And defense is going to be able to turn and get that first
remaining.
contact. Picks up the third on to Thornley. Now all up to Koala as A site is
30
completely
seconds
theirs.
left.
Gonna have to clear a lot of space.
This started out so well for LG, then it went to OS's favor, and then it tied it just 3-3, and that lurk from just defense just won them the round, I think, unless Koala can pull out a miracle.
Absolutely. Tucking himself into that corner. Unfortunate. And he wasn't able to clear it. Defense is going to take that fourth kill on the round and take that win. Taking the lead back for LG. Proven why he has this experience. He's done it before. He's
Can
won.
someone buy me, please?
He's
Appreciate
won a prospect grand finals before. But this is a tight one. This is a tight one.
It is a tight one, so you can see, like, Cornerly, it's just a battle first place. The battle of the raises. Both with 9 kills. So we'll see which raise lands on top as this first half comes to an end quite soon with a couple of rounds left.
Interesting that we're seeing a little bit more of default coming out from the side of LG on this attack side. Still with this Dizzy for mid. Such a cool flash. I'm gonna have to steal that for sure. In my
I like how Wanderer's like changing it up, throwing it later into the round, trying to bait out some peekers from Vents or male.
Looks like LG grouping up towards mid to try to take a fight here again. But OS is still spread out. Miss all Sundays down, but they're trying to keep 2 bodies on each of the sites here. And LG might be able to exploit that. Creeping up. And he's going to get that first pick on the Konakuma. And Zoo is going to pick a Koala. An unfortunate ult as is just going to get surrounded by players on LG. And he's going to creep his way back
Last
into
player
Garage.
standing.
And Fitz is going to lurk in mid and catch
30
Thornley out.
seconds left.
They are
Spike
aware
planted.
now with that knife. They know his position. They know it's not planted for him. They can just sit back and let him push to them. But this might be another OS Andy J save. Let's see if Wanderer's going to go try to get explorative. And see if he can get him again. This time in a different spot. Not saving over towards CT, but actually sitting just outside. The footsteps being heard. Zoo baiting himself out for defense to get the trade, get the third kill, and pick up that 6th round. A much better offensive half for LG this time around.
Well, we point out some viewers in our Twitch chat have pointed out that the Smite Phantom goes burst. So I don't know if it's if they're saying that Koala Smite Phantom is a different on a different level, but we haven't seen much from her yet. But hey, maybe she is an attack side clove. You know, we've seen some people claim to be attack or defense sided only. So maybe she's one of those people. But who knows? Oh, LG leaning towards B side again. Maybe another B split. Oh, and we see a Razel coming out right away.
Try to clearing out vents. No one there, so not going to find any value out of it. That's good information. No information is good information here. Koala being forced back off of that util. A little bit of an aggressive start to this in comparison to the slower defaulty rounds they had before. Zoo with the attack operator. Gonna catch out Koala and gonna catch out the second. But Nebrock says, not today, you're not getting a third. Defense is gonna clear. A little bit of mid.
Remaining.
Nick with the trade. And now it's all up to Nebrock. His location known. The smoke coming out to deny. 3 ults. Ults are looking good on the side of LG. As they can kind of sit here and hold. Gonna swing out with the util and it's gonna get the 1. But hey, that's that Gecko diff. You see that wingman putting in work, getting that stun? You love to see
Last round before the switch.
I do. I honestly, I like how the LG have been playing this attack half, and they've already got the advantage going to the second half. No matter if they lose this round or win it, they will have an advantage into the second half. And we see a timeout coming in right now from Nebrock.
Interesting. This is a timeout coming from LG.
Oh, LG.
They have the momentum, but they still want to clear a few things up.
Is this a timeout for just to mess with OS minds? You know. Like, I don't know what's going on
Once upon a time, I called a timeout after we won a round, and my teammate got mad. If you know, you know.
I know.
Anyways, it looks pretty good, solid from the side of LG here on attack. They're getting a lot more value out of these coordinated pushes with the double initiator. They weren't able to find that on map 1, but today, right now, on map 2, they're looking phenomenal. This push up mid has just worked out really, really well for them. And you're probably going to see a lot more Cypher util being dedicated to hold that spot. Maybe more bodies even, to try to keep them away from getting past that choke in mid.
Yeah, definitely. I think, honestly, maybe OS trying to stop this A push. This mid push, but no, looks like they're gonna lean towards A here. I mean, that is where the spike is headed towards, so maybe there is something there.
The flash actually got someone down in mid. Koala is gonna get tucked though. That smoke provided just enough cover for her to get up. And Miss also gonna get caught out by the trip. And
Spike
you know what?
A.
All things considered, that was a really good push out. The bomb is down. Nebrock and Koala gonna find one off of her tuck. And the 2 remaining offensive players are having to push all the way through B. Koala gonna get caught out though now. Nebrock in a 1v2. Very winnable. As Zoo is down low, they do have a Thrash, a Gecko ult to work with. They've got tons of util to try to gain information, try to get this advantage here.
Monster on the
Nebrock
loose.
gonna opt to give the spike completely and wrap. The ult is gonna come out. This could be the biggest 5-brain play I've ever seen. I don't know if they're going to know that he wrapped all the way onto A site. There's only 30 seconds left, so they don't really have time to run back to B. Nebrock going to try to double face, but Wanderer with the headshot. Going to clean up the round. It was close. That was way too close.
Way too close, and I think if Nebrock had just landed that their kill onto Gecko, I think it could have been a winning round, but all good, you know. OS are probably thinking to themselves right now, you know what, if LG can win on attack, so can we, you know? Who cares about these stereotypical attack or defense-sided maps? We play by our own rules, and this is an attack-sided map. You know?
That's crazy.
do have
Yeah,
a question.
very different from the last map.
Well, I'm curious though with insight into what might have made him even want to call that timeout. If you haven't experienced it before, I believe you in custom game you only get one timeout per half. So
Is it?
yeah, if you
Yeah,
just use it
one
in
per half.
that one half, because you're not going
Just to use it to use it?
Yeah, and it's like icing the kicker in football. You know, if you know what football is.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually that's to try to stop momentum from a team that is doing well, but I mean it could be just to get in the heads. Koala gonna get a few shots off onto Zoo here in mid. Lots of smokes, denying lots of information here. Controlling the map, but it looks like OS opting to back out. Thornley just holding here, but D-Fitz is on this angle. He's watching, he's waiting. Miss All Sunday, lingering. Gonna get a few shots off onto Zoo, but no picks so far. The bomb making its way back into mid, but 3 bodies are here. Lots of util coming out, triple flash, or double flash.
Here.
And they're just posted up watching. But OS hearing them back out, knowing that Gecko no longer has that flash. Just such an intense moment as everybody holds before the smokes drop.
30 seconds left.
30
Yeah, you
seconds
get it.
on the clock. The bomb making its way towards A. Fitz on the angle. Fell asleep, not going to be able to find him. But the bomb is making its way. D-Fitz getting dinked by Andy here. And Andy getting the first onto D-Fitz, taking this plant, taking this space, but we've got a triple push onto ramps as these defenders are going to try to make their way. All members of OS stuck on the backup site. Andy trying to be a nuisance.
One
Nebrock
enemy
with 2.
remaining.
Andy with the 3rd. And Nebrock with his own. Finishing that round. Getting a much needed pistol round to try to sway favor back onto the side of OS.
Yeah. Oh, you take back what you said, Mr. Producer. But hey, my fortune telling is kind of right, you know. These teams like to win on their attack rounds, you know, on this map specifically. So we'll see. This could be the chance for OS to get back into the round. They win the NT kill, they win the bonus, and it's 7-8. So we'll see what happens.
We're going to see a full push onto A, and unfortunately, LG completely off. Trying to stack and push out through B. It looks like we're going to have a 4-man flank coming in from the side of LG as they're all just going to run through sewers. It's probably being heard out right now. Miss All Sunday taking space, doing what a duelist does best. Getting up in an advantageous position to try to get those picks. The Fade util just gonna try to stall as Nebrock in a very forward position here. He's gonna catch them as they face through the Bulldog superior
Last
firepower.
player standing.
Miss All Sunday with 3 on the round, and now it's all up to defense. Who's getting naded, spammed, and that's a flawless round. That looks really good.
We get a pick, we move in. Got it?
Nebrock and Miss All Sunday doing work, pushing in, taking information, taking space, cutting off LG before they can try to do their execs and their retakes. Really heads up play from the side of OS.
Here.
Yeah, definitely. They won. They flawless that anti-eco, so I think they're in a really strong position here to win this bonus and just snowball their economy.
We have a little bit of a skirmish over on the A main. Zoo's actually gonna pick up a molly kill with the KO. Gonna take out Miss All Sunday and Nebrock, the 2 top frags for the side of OS. Kind of punished on that push. Not without taking down D-Fitz, that duelist for the side of LG. Working his way up, and Nick gonna get caught out. That's a gun. They might actually pivot and start making their way towards B now in a 3v3. All 3 members of OS have guns. They've worked their way up And now they have to work their way onto the B site with Cypher here. But Zoo's kind of ready. Zoo on the cross. Kunakuna's going big, getting the first.
Last
Thornley's
player
going to get the second.
Spike down B.
But Zoo, too good to try to stop him and Wanderer from above. Saying, not today, you're not going to bonus us. No, no, we are the best. LG takes a 9th round. Now it's 6-9. Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, you know what? I just realized what you said. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to.
You know what? Family friendly. We're so family friendly here. I am lost for words. My brain is not braining right now. But you know, OS not winning the bonus, but they still did some damage to LG's first full buy.
We're looking like another B hit over here as we see 4 members in the 5th trailing behind with the spike. Sitting up here in B garage, kind of waiting for them to get a little antsy, hoping that LG makes a mistake, tries to push out. But Kunokuma out here with setup. As the fade ult is going to get them in onto site, Thornley bunny hopping through those trips. Gonna get that opening pick, that first blood that opens up the site. Bomb is gonna go down, and now we're gonna have a 4v5 retake for the side of LG. A tough thing to handle. A lot of members of OS sitting in the back of site. And Miss All Sunday is in a fantastic position. Not being spot out, but Zoo very diligent, clearing all of the angles here. Nebrock gonna take out Nick here. D-Fit's working his way out. The camera's gonna go. Wanderer and D-Fit's trying to make it happen. Now a 2v2 and 2v1, and Koala's got to hold it down as the bomb is being defused. It's not planted for her. And Wanderer gonna finish it up. D-Fit's jamming out on the spike. Yes, sir.
I love explosions.
Getting scanned. You love to see it. That's 10 rounds on the board for LG.
Yeah, I mean, this is LG's map pick, and I can sort of see why. You know, they're like, we know how to play this map. You don't know how to play this map. We are in the lead right now. So, I mean, also. Oh, okay. Okay,
It's a
yeah.
Gecko diff. Producer's
Gecko
telling me it's a Gecko diff, and that's, you know what?
Hey,
Can't
the
agree
Gecko
more.
does have the least amount of deaths, so.
Time to explode.
Wanderer with great impact here. D-Fit's gonna catch that camera, but is gonna get spotted out by the Fade Eye. Gonna toss a nade as Nade and Molly are being traded to try to stall them back. Gonna take a more defensive position here. 3 players on OS still sticking around outside of A. Looking to try to maybe make some moves here, but Nick, super far up, is gonna get caught out by Miss All Sunday trying to take that space into B
I know
lobby.
exactly where you are.
The KO ult, or the Cypher ult, the Neural Theft, gonna try to take
Satchel out.
advantage and caught by the trip. Now the Gecko ult's gonna catch Koala. Numbers are falling fast to the side of OS. As now
Last player standing.
it's only a 1v4. Andy has snuck his way into CT in the back of the with the bomb. Gonna take out Zoo, but not before taking a lot of damage. A lot to do in this 1v3 with 23 health. D-Fit's gonna try to peek. He's gonna get punished,
30
but here
seconds
comes Thrash. Trying to catch him out. Not gonna catch Andy this time as he sneaks into hell. Wanderer
Last
also
player
low.
standing.
Gonna get caught out. Now it's a 1v1 and Kunokuma with the advantage on health. Gonna take 11 rounds, but a very close one.
Where will they go this time?
Heroics coming out from OS Andy J.
You know, for a second there, I thought LG was not playing it so smart, giving a bunch of 1v1s, but I guess it's, hey, at the end of the end, they won. That's all that matters. And we see in a timeout from OS here, they're probably looking to see, they're probably going to talk about how LG's playing their defense and what they can do to, you know, get a play around it. Maybe they're going to do a 5-man rush through to A or B main, or do a 5-man rush into mid, but who knows? But they're definitely talking about how LG are playing their defense.
Absolutely. LG pushing and pulling, being very disciplined. This is something similar that we saw coming out on the side of Lotus. A lot of fast rotates. It's
Right
tough
there.
to do on a site on a
Right
map
there.
with 3 sites, kind of controlling where you're going to put more bodies and less bodies. But on this 2-site, 3-lane map,
Right there.
it looks like they've got
Right
it
there.
down. I would not be surprised if we see something similar
Right there.
on future maps like Ascent and maybe Sunset. But those are like the last maps in the series. So if we get there, we might see some more strong defense coming from LG. Interesting to see how OS is going to try to handle it. It looks like they're just going to try to run it down through A. Honestly, with the double duelist comp, you know what I'm going to say? You got to take space. You got to push through, use your aggressiveness to your advantage, and try to blow through them. You've got bodies, but they're running right into a Cypher.
Get out of my way!
Efitz has been pretty aggressive on A main, so now this time he's taking it over to B main. As we see Miss All Sunday leading the charge, pushing all the way up to ramps. But the ult is going to come out on the side of LG with the KO, stopping Miss All Sunday's knives. Gonna try to stop any push that they had. They're kind of stuck. Let's see. Nebrock actually is going to catch Zoo just as his ult finishes, so not going to be resable in this round. Miss All Sunday going to take the fight, but not going to be able to pick up the kill. Really low, I believe, 5 HP coming out for Konakuma. The Race Satchel coming up to try to take an aggressive fight thornily with the SMG, with the
Spike planted.
lesser gun, but Nick creeping up behind is going to find him. Now a 4v3 retake for the side of LG. Trying to catch people out with some of that Gecko util. And Efitz with the ult. Koala's going to find
player
one, but not
standing.
before being traded by that showstopper. The TP's going to go in, and Nick going to pick up the kill. An amazing retake, and a great hold, to be honest, on the side of LG. Bringing us to match point, 12-6 for LG.
Oh my, that was a round. I don't think they expected
Match
Nick to just
point.
walk down ramps, and they caught Thornley off guard. He had his back towards the main. No one knew he was there. This is how LG like to play the rounds. They like to regroup for the retake and then just pinch this side, the attackers on the site and just, you know, cause a world of hurt towards them. And it is now the last round, and OS's buy isn't so great. 2 Spectres, only 1 Vandal, 3 Spectres, 1 Bulldog, and 1 Vandal. So, who knows how this round goes.
It looks like we're going to see a fight towards mid. Nebrock with the first and the second. Catching Wanderer and Zoo, the double initiators out. Those are guns that are now in the hands of these attacking players. The Neural Theft going to come out and gain information. They know that the A site is now empty. But did you see that tech? He canceled the ult, so now they didn't know. They thought he ulted off of the site. He's going to pick up 2. Nick with the heads up play. The Decay's coming through, though. He's only got 1 HP. He's still low, as Miss All Sunday has him cornered and is going to take him down. It's now a 2v3 retake attempt, as Andy J is going to get the bomb down over here on the A site.
Planted the spike.
Excuse me here. Konakuma and Defitz kind of separated. Going to try to make holes into this post-plant positioning. We see Nebrock really, really far into CT. The cam's going to catch out Defitz. Miss All Sunday knows, but, you know, heads up play. Miss All Sunday's creeping and waiting. Maybe heard Konakuma for just a second. Gray going out from sight. Miss All Sunday is going to finish it off, and Defitz right into the trip. As Andy J finishes him off with the classic. That's 7 rounds now for OS, and maybe this is how they turn the tide.
Definitely, I think maybe OS is not work that likes to play under pressure. Maybe we see a time out here from Wanderer. Excuse me, I was taking some medication, and the round just ended, so my mouth is not in a great spot right now.
I'll take over for you here. Finish up what you're doing. You got it, dude. Yeah, this is looking like a really strong hold for LG, but just a fast offensive push from the side of OS the last couple of rounds, just trying to take space in onto that A site. And I mean, some crucial picks. Nebrock once again going huge on this initiator role. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got just as many first bloods as some of the other members on this team with double duelists. I mean, Miss All Sunday, heads up. Be not afraid to be the head of the spear at times as well, pushing in past the defenses. Just heads up plays. If they can keep catching the weak site or making one site the weak site by just powering through, I think we'll see a lot of success for OS on this attack side, the rest of this map. But all LG needs is one map.
Sorry, I am back. Medication is no longer choking me. But yeah, Zane's just encapsulated perfectly. I think if this could be the turning point for OS, as they maybe like to play under pressure, but any mistake could be the cost of this map for them. LG's already on map point.
Totally with the old, the showstopper's gonna catch defits out on site, but not before doing a little bit of damage to that whole team. Wanderer muted up, can't hear a thing. Miss All Sunday taking such an aggressive position here. Gonna catch Konakuma out and catch Zoo a little bit as well. Wanderer gonna try to even things out, get the trade. Andy J catching Nick on the flank. Koala posted up on site. Here's Zoo trying to reach out, but not going to be able to connect the bullets here. The trip is going to get broken, and Andy J waiting for this cage to go down and take the fight. Zoo doesn't have his gun out, and now it's all up to Wanderer in the 1v3. Drop down to hell. Not a lot of time left on the bomb as he's got so many things to clear. Gonna find the first, but it's not going to be enough as there are two members of OS just holding it down.
One enemy remaining.
Wanderer's gonna find one. He wants to fight. The round might be over, but the game still goes on. 8-12. OS trying to make a comeback.
Honestly, I think, hey, they only need 4 more rounds to tie this up, and that's very doable, especially against this LG's save right now, because they are on their economy is not in a great state. So we see whatever OS can buy, because they have to buy every single round, no matter what it is. Well, LG can afford to save a couple rounds and then maybe try and rethink about how they want to play this. But we see another stack towards A site with the bomb and two members leaning towards over there. So maybe
it looks
another,
like not quite a full rush, but definitely trying to push and pull, as they know, they kind of know that LG doesn't have the firepower. It looks like they just want to try to catch them on a push. Nebrock sitting back.
Where are you?
About to be accosted here. Wanderer tossing the dizzy, gets broken. Nebrock once again. With LG players running at him, he's gonna pick up 2 on the round.
And there's no one on the A site. They're just gonna have a free site to take right now.
That push came out. Zoo's gonna do a little bit of damage, but finally he's gonna be able to take him out. Nebrock trying to go for 4. Once again, Nebrock is going huge. Absolutely insane, showing why he is, I believe he was, the first round overall pick this season for a prospect?
Yes,
proving why he is a valuable member of this team, putting in work, and once again, getting the first bloods. It's going to be crazy to see. Him and Miss All Sunday are fighting for it. Yeah, a whole all-out push towards A, it looks like.
I think they're probably just like, you know what, we played a slower, defaulty round last round, let's just full send to this round.
Guns are in the hands of LG. Defense even bringing out the op to try to stop things. This aggression over towards A. Still trying to push and pull.
Grenade!
The smoke's going to cut off that operator angle, but again, the smoke on the other side is going to stop this offensive push. Now the Thrash is going to come out just to try to get some information. See, there are still a few bodies here over towards A. But look at this. They have so much faith in their Cypher player holding down the B site. They know nothing, absolutely nothing is coming over towards B. Trying to be a little bit more cautious over towards mid while the op is still posted up on this long angle in A. This is going to all come down to if this op can get any value here. This first pick might be everything.
Dizzy's down.
Dizzy's gonna get tagged. They know at least one is there. Trying to stall as much as they can. There's only 30 seconds left in the round.
30 seconds left.
Zoo getting into this aggressive angle, and it looks like they're gonna run. Nick Gonna take the first contact in mid, gets the first blood against Koala. And Defits catches Nebrock on A. The bomb though, 14 seconds left, and it still hasn't made it out onto B.
10
Has to go
seconds
through
left.
trips. Miss All Sunday dashing in and is going to be able to take out Konakuma. Bomb is going to be planted with just 2
Spike
seconds
planted.
left on the clock. Defits going to try to make something happen with this op for the retake. Zoo leading the charge. Miss All Sunday is going to get her position. Giving up. Shooting that
Player
boom
standing.
bot, but Defits with the gun. So, my brain lagged. Andy J with the trade and catching a second. It is now all up to Wanderer in the 1v1. Andy J's position is known, but Wanderer, so much to do here as he drops down, giving away his position, running into the trip. He knows Andy has to swing. And is gonna pick up the clutch. Andy J.
Oh my god. Andy J with the 1v3 clutch. You know, I'm just gonna say this. The Andys rule this game, okay? Andy J, my favorite player, you know? You're my favorite player for pretty obvious reasons.
I wonder
but
what you could be meaning. Andy,
Don't be-
my co-host.
don't be so naive, Saints. You know,
No more chances
Andy over
left.
here is such a great Valorant player. You know, there's a reason why he's a Sentinel player.
And it looks like, once again, A aggression as the cam catches the 3 players from LG pushing. They're just going to turn around and run. OS is just going to beeline it for the B site.
Where are you?
Nebrock leading the charge here with the eye, trying to get information about who's on the site, but it's completely empty. Not a single soul. You've got Nick up in heaven trying to hold it down, but he's mostly worried about mid. At this point, he knows that the jig is up, and he's going to try to push his way and stop anything from coming over towards CT. The rest of his team tries to push their way into B garage, the retake through main. And Nick's going to take this contact here. Zoo getting the first, Nick with the second. Thornley trying to even things out and catching Nick out. Miss All Sunday in a great position as there's 2 players that have to make their way out onto site. Defits with the ult, not going to find anything. Miss All Sunday's going to go down